The Technology Modernization Fund could get as much as $9 billion, according to a plan two leaders of the House Oversight and Reform Committee will push. That compares to about $80 million in active award amounts right now. David Shive is the Chief Information Officer at the General Services Administration. He's a member of the Technology Modernization Fund Board and the FedRAMP Joint Authorization Board. David, welcome. It's great to see you again. How is the volume the TMF board is handling working right now? How are you able to consider applications in a timely manner? What are the kinds of discussions revolving around the money that's available and so on?
Thanks, Francis, and thanks for having me on. I'm looking forward to the conversation today. So we're able to manage the existing 10 awarded projects right now, and we are indeed actually ready to consider new proposals right now. So if agencies have proposals that meet the criteria for the TMF funding, send them our way. We are actively seeking new engagements. And for the mechanics of the board, we're fully staffed. We have all the people that we need regarding voting members and support to help us analyze the value of programs. And we are open for business, so send your stuff our way.
What's the sense that you have of the scale that you would be able to maintain? Is it a factor of the money, as I mentioned, or is it a factor of the agencies putting together the pitches that they need to send in order to for you all to qualify them?
It's kind of all of the above. We have the capacity right now to fully manage and run the existing money in the bank that we can give out. And if agencies want to just continue to send us their proposals, we have the capacity to properly manage that. Our hope is that agencies will continue to do that. And we have the ability to scale up pretty readily if we need to as well.
When you get a proposal, how do you evaluate those proposals? Has the evaluation process changed since the board stood up, David?
In classic GSA and federal government fashion, we started doing it away and then we've iterated to better outcomes. We've streamlined the process. The value proposition remains the same. We do ROI analysis, but it's not just focused on financial ROI, it's true value. Are the programs geared towards mission enablement? Are they doing IT in modern delivery methods and stepping away from legacy delivery methods that had dubious results? Is the thing that an agency wants to do, is it able to scale across government? Or if agencies delivering something specifically for the agency, can they generate a playbook that the rest of government can follow to get the good outcomes they're hoping to achieve through the fund? All of those value proposition criteria are the same.
How has that, have they evolved over time at all? Do you expect them to evolve over time if you, say, had a lot more money that was available to agencies and you started getting a lot more proposals?
That's one thing about the way that analysis goes. It is agile and iterative as the way we deliver modern tech in the federal government. I suspect that if some of the main mechanics of how the TMF operates and the expectations from the larger community change, that the process will be able to change right along with it.
You're also a member of the Joint Authorization Board for FedRAMP. Same thing there. What do you see as far as operations go and getting companies through the authorization process for FedRAMP, David?
The FedRAMP program, it's something that we're eminently proud of. And I don't just mean at GSA, I mean across the larger federal IT community. They've taken authorizations that used to take 12 to 18 months for JAB authorization. The average is now down to 4.8 months to do that. So you get value in not only increasing the velocity of programs being authorized through FedRAMP, but also you get the primary value of FedRAMP, which is you're doing an authorization once that the entire government can leverage instead of individual agencies having to do this. The value of the program is revealing itself again and again. That said, the team is looking for ways to become even more efficient, to make that authorization process increasingly lightweight, increasingly automated, so that we can increase the velocity and yield even greater gains that the program has analyzed.
Is there possibly a point of diminishing returns, either in FedRAMP or with the TMF, where it's possible that you might be pushing things, not that suggesting that you are, but that you might push things too quickly, and that there is a point where you're going to say, you just mentioned 4.8, I'm throwing a number out there. 3 months is really the sweet spot, and to do it any faster than that doesn't give you a good outcome on the other end.
Absolutely. You know, you could be a project management professional with that comment, Francis. The fact is, if you increase velocity too very much, you start to increase quality concerns into the dynamic. But good delivery teams account for that. And so we'll continue to push for increased velocity, taking a very close look at quality as we do so. And then there becomes a happy medium. We don't know where that is, but we'll continue to push the speed until we start to see some of those issues, and then we'll back off just a little bit. That's how iterative modern IT is supposed to work, and we'll follow that process.
You've used that word velocity a couple of times. What's the significance of that word instead of using the word capacity or using the word and some other word?
So great question. So the fact is that modern 21st century business is delivered at just incredible rates, and the government, how it delivers its ability to serve the citizens and for technology to serve the business of government, has to operate as quickly and rapidly at increased velocity that not only the business of government demands, but also the citizens of the United States expect of their government. It's a key area that we've been focusing on that allows us to stay really closely aligned with changing administration priorities, changing business priorities in government. Our ability to rapidly change to accommodate those requirement changes is a sign of a well-functioning organization.